this is somebody who identifies as a live nihilist. They're in India, and they want to talk about Eastern religion.
Okay.
So, a live nihilist.
Yeah.
They're very good. So, state the topic of your interest.
Yeah, I want to discuss about your views on this Advaita Vedanta or the Advaita philosophy from the Hindu philosophy, Eastern religion.
Okay. I don't know a whole lot about it. I've read the Bhagavad Gita, but I have not read the Upanishads, which is where I understand most of the philosophy comes from.
Yeah, Advaita Vedanta states that most of the people, or in most of even Hinduism, there is considered that soul is something else and you are something else, God is something else and you are something else. But Advaita tries to say that there is no difference between God and you. There is no difference between soul and you. There is only you. You are the part of Brahman, and Brahman is some kind of superior power, which is made up of all of our consciousness, your consciousness and my consciousness, made up to be Brahman. That's my understanding of Brahman.
Are you saying consciousness? Is that what you said?
Yeah. Okay. In easier terms, Spinoza's God, but also picking out something out of the Spinoza's God theory to make it Advaita. Or in easy but most stricter version of Spinoza's God is kind of Advaita Vedanta.
I'm not sure I heard the last bit of that.
Yeah, I was not able to make all of that out. I believed, but I understood that you were saying that there is no soul, that we are. It's not like we have a body and a soul. That there is just us, and then something about Brahman, and I didn't catch a whole lot of that beyond that. That your phone was chopping. It's not doing it now, but it was chopping before.
Yeah.
Say again.
It means to say that it is really complicated even for me too. So it is hard to me even explain to you. It's a non-dualist thing. Isn't there any philosophy you ever heard of that says that God is nothing but a supreme power? I believe you have heard this kind of theories for God.
The God's a supreme power.
We need to get a definition of God, because I mean, supreme power. What even is that? Because there are people who say, well, they believe in God and they just want to get. They're only saying it to get out of the conversation, and then they say, when pressed, they say, well, and I believe that God is the universe. Well, then you literally don't believe in God.
Yeah.
And it's difficult to get them pressed. No, I mean, Albert Einstein is famously heralded as a scientist who believed in God, but when he described it in the letters to his friends, he said that from the Christian perspective, he should be considered an atheist, that he does not believe in a personal God. He doesn't believe in the Bible. He doesn't believe in any of that nonsense. He just what he admires is the universe as far as our science can reveal it. So that's very different than a God.
Yeah. See, the re-emerge of the Hinduism, and the thing happening is after a long political thing going on in India, there is starting to be a re-emerge, a new value of Hinduism. So now they have picked up. I'm atheist, so I am talking from atheist perspective. So now they have picked this thing, the Advaita philosophy, which is given by Adi Shankaracharya. And in this philosophy, they means to say that universe is made it itself, means the thing we believe in, that universe
universe is made of. I didn't catch all that. The universe is made of something.
No. I mean to say that there is no creator behind the universe, but universe
there's no creator behind the universe.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, there is no creator behind the universe, but the universe needs to be sustained, and that is Brahman, and that is something, the superior power in this philosophy.
Wait, can you stop for a second? I just want to make sure I'm
understood.
understanding. One sec. I just want to make sure I'm understanding. So nothing created the universe and all of physical reality, but it needs to be sustained. Like something needs to happen to keep the engine moving, and that is Brahman.
Yeah, that kind of thing.
I'm a little confused at that too, because the sustainer is Vishnu, isn't it? Or am I going off track?
Yeah, it is.
Brahma is the creator, Shiva's the destroyer, and Vishnu is the sustainer. Yes?
Yeah. Do you want me to explain the whole thing? Because
if you see a problem, if you see a problem in my understanding, I want you to correct that. If you can do so quickly, if it's important.
See, there are distinctions in God. There is even said that Brahma is also made by a form of Vishnu, who created these three gods: Brahma, Vishnu, and the destroyer, Maheshwar or the Shiva.
Okay, hold on a second. So Brahma was created by a form of Vishnu. Brahma, the creator, was himself created by Vishnu, the sustainer, who's not the creator. And according to the Bhagavad Gita, at least the one as it is by A.C. Bhakti Vedanta Swami Prabhupada, Krishna is the creator of the gods.
Yeah. Here is the thing. This is I also came to know about this thing recently, that the Bhagavad Gita Krishna is the representation of the means. See, there is the Vishnu, whose form is Krishna. You getting me?
Krishna said that he was the ultimate or the supreme. He said he was the supreme personality of the Godhead and the original source of all the gods, and that he created the multiverse.
Yeah. So here he is representing the Mahavishnu, who created Brahma, who created the other three deities.
I didn't.
Hinduism is, I mean to say that it would be easier. I do it this way. First we have to put what we have understood till now about Hinduism a bit side to get this new one. It says that it put Brahma, Vishnu, Maheshwar, the three deities. I believe you heard this trio in Bhagavad Gita, I think.
So there's three deities. Is that what you're saying? Like let's put everything that Aron has read and people know about Hinduism aside, and your belief system that you're attempting to articulate to us. There are three deities.
No.
Is that correct?
Let me correct one thing. And this is not my belief system. I mean to say, I am stuck between a point of atheism and agnosticism. Okay.
So what are we talking about? Well, I'm losing the track of what you want to get our opinion on it.
Yeah, I want to get the opinion on this concept.
Oh, okay. Well, the concept that the universe needs some sort of like cognitive, conscious being, and all of reality needs that in order for it to be sustained, seems like nonsense to me, especially if you're divorcing it from that universe itself being created. There seems like there's a lot of steps missing there. Like there's a lot of things that are required to link it just existing, just on base principles, to it requiring some external aware conscious force to sustain its existence, because it was pre-existing, just definitionally, according to you. Like it existed, came into existence without the requirement to be sustained. So what introduced that requirement? That would need to be explained to me. Where did these conscious beings come from if they're separate from a universe that existed without them, irrespective of them? And why did they need to interject themselves? How did they come across this thing that existed separate from them without their intervention prior? Like, there's just a lot of questions that, like, it seems like you could just explain all of reality without, that whole ordeal taking place.
Here comes the good old fine-tuning argument, which fries up my brain too. But hear me out. It says that when people, what I get it, that when people try to explain God using fine-tuning argument, it may be a bit hard. But when they try to explain that God is not some creator or something, but rather means a user manual kind of thing who helps to sort the universe. They say that universe got created out of say for nothing. But I know how universe came into existence, and in easy language, say for universe didn't have a creator, and it can create itself, but it consists of randomness, and that randomness has to be solved. So life exists, and for which they put this Brahman, God, etc., in the place.
So it seems like the theology itself can't explain the existence of the universe, so it needed to inject itself elsewhere in order to justify its own existence so that it could be sustained cognitively.
Yeah, exactly.
So why not just, if it's becoming increasingly unnecessary to make any explanation, to utilize to explain anything, and in fact you're having to find more and more hidey holes to put it in order for it to justify its existence in relationship to the universe and reality at all, then at what point in time do you just say, maybe we don't need to believe this at all and we can just operate in reality without trying desperately to white knuckle this specific set of deities that are becoming more and more useless in explaining anything in the reality around us? That would be my position towards it.
One of the things I like about Hinduism is the old earth aspect that they have. In the Bhagavad Gita, Krishna talks about how the world functions in the dream of Brahma lasts 4,320,000,000 years, and then at the end starts over again. And then I had Hindus telling me in the 70s, there was somebody published something where I know now that they're saying that the Earth is 4.6 billion years old, but they were arguing in the 70s that 4.32 billion is what the Hindus were saying in the Bhagavad Gita, so it's really close. So now we have to give credence to
We finally found the ones that nailed it, Aron. They win. Better than the 6,000, that's for sure.
Aron, see this thing. What's happening is that, first of all, Hinduism brought up the caste system. Even in the Bhagavad Gita, you have read that verse, I believe, Chatur Varnam Maya Srishtam Gun Karma Vivajita. Have you heard this?
The thing that irritated me the most about reading that was because I was already kind of conditioned I think I was predisposed to like Hinduism, and the only Hinduism that we ever get in the United States typically is Krishna, is the Bhakti, which I know Hindus in India will say, well, that's not remotely mainstream. In the United States, it is. This is how Hinduism is most often represented. But when I'm reading the Bhagavad Gita, when I was reading the Bhagavad Gita, I was wanting to find in Krishna a character that was noble, somebody to look up to, somebody with pearls of wisdom in his words. And what I got out of that, the introduction shows King Arjuna, and I loved him right at the very beginning of the book. He says he's not going to go to war with all of his family and friends, that he would rather lay down his arms and his life than to go to war against his own kin and fellows and all of that. And then Krishna comes in with some stupid bullshit that says, no, this is your caste. You're in the warrior caste. You have to kill them. And then the ridiculous explanation of you're only killing their bodies. not their soul. They're going to come back. You kill the body, the soul comes back. Well, if that's the case, if it's okay to go kill people because you're only killing the bodies, then why can we not kill the cows? So that there's just inconsistency everywhere. So I went into the Bhagavad Gita wanting to like it, wanting to appreciate Lord Krishna. And I came out of it very quickly realizing that this guy's just an arrogant, narcissistic ass.
I believe what they are trying to do. Maybe you are quoting the Western Hinduism is maybe because of ISKCON. Heard of this foundation?
But I'm sorry, because of, did you say Islam?
ISKCON.
Oh, ISKCON. I'm sorry. Yes, we don't pronounce it that way in the States, but yes, I know what you're talking about. I always call it ISKCON, and and that's we have one of their temples here in downtown Dallas, and when vegetarian atheists come through town, we usually take them there because it's quite a treat. Their temple has a magnificent restaurant, wonderful ambiance, all vegetarian, of course. And it's always kind of a treat to see, to go on a Sunday when they meet, because most people have the days off from work, so that's when they do it, and see the unveiling of the deity. And for Westerners, that's an interesting thing to observe.
Yeah. What I believe ISKCON is trying to do with the foreigners who haven't lived in India and seen the condition Hinduism led into India is that they are trying to preach a version of Buddha. Buddha's kind of the charma. Maybe I'm spelling this word wrong. Buddha's charma and the Buddha's way of speaking, the articulating of words, and sometimes his philosophies too. I believe that.
You didn't. I don't know if I'm hearing you correctly. Did you say Buddha?
Yeah, Buddha.
Buddha? Buddhism.
Yeah, Buddha. Buddhism.
Okay, I read something else. I can't remember which book it was, but I read some passage that talked about how Buddha was an atheist, but he was in secret. He was a secret disguise for Shiva, who he was like the 8th incarnation of Shiva, who was sent down to trick the atheists, to prank them.
You brought up the best topic ever. I have been recently researching about this. You have brought up the best topic. I have been recently researching about these things, that how he belongs to Hinduism, etc. And I talked to proper Buddhists, Theravada Buddhists, and etc. Okay. And the traditional Buddhists means they haven't gone. They are not from Navyana. Navyana is a Buddhism that given by Baba Sahib Ambedkar, who is the main, who played a main role in India's constitution. Okay, it's Theravada is very old. You might know Theravada Mahayana Buddhism.
I'm afraid I did not understand most of that.
And we've also got a bunch of other calls to take at some point in the near future too.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm not going to be able to go any further with that. The connection's not really good. It's hard to understand what you're saying. I'm going to blame the connection more than anything else.
Sorry.
Yes.
Can I just put it in small words and just leave before leaving people with this thing that Buddha is someone who came down to trick people and etc. Just
Buddha is someone who claimed what?
No, I want to.
Did anybody else understand that? Shannon, did you get that?
Buddha is someone who came to trick people, etc. is what I heard.
No. I want to clear this. There are 27. There are 27 Purva Buddha. Means before Buddha, there are 27 other Buddhas in considered, and out of 3 Buddhas, we even found historic evidences. So Buddha wasn't someone who came out of Hinduism. It was a religion in itself. It's a false
you're saying
claim by
that
Hinduism.
Buddhism arose the common history is that Buddhism was an offshoot of Hinduism, or was based on Hinduism originally, but you're saying it's completely independent.
Yeah, Buddhist scholar, not a single Buddhist scholar except this thing. There is a very rich Buddhist history which has been hidden down by the Hindu scholars because of their bias, of course. It has been
there's a rich Buddhist
work.
You're saying there's a rich Buddhist history, and Hindu scholars are actively conspiring to suppress it, to hide it.
Yeah.
Okay, I don't know enough about that to speculate or platform it. Truthfully.
Yeah, I'm afraid
we're veering into conspiracy theory territory that's like way out of my lane. And
not conspiracy theory. Simply, if I quote in one of the popular Hindu texts, I just forgot its name.
Okay, gotcha.
It strictly says that not to follow Buddha's ideology, etc., and how Buddha is a Gnostic person, atheist person who doesn't believe in Vedas.
Okay, we're not at this point in time having a conversation, though. We're just listening to you tell us various things. So I'm going to let you go because there's lots of other people waiting to have a dialogue. I appreciate the conversation.
My bad.
And have a good rest of your day. Thank you. Bye.
Yeah. Thank you.
Hey, it's Jimmy Snow here. I'm the executive producer on the line with a fun fact. Did you know 100% of the hosts of this channel enjoy eating? It's true. And if you would like to help contribute to their ongoing addiction, you can do so by going over to Patreon or becoming a channel member. There are show-specific, host-specific tiers. Those are awesome. But also, you can leave a super thanks with a special little highlighted comment. You can like, comment, and subscribe. All of those will help fill our whittle bellies. By the way, check out some of this content over here. Algorithm, what next?